Welcome back to Artificial Evidence, the show where we dive deep into the most chilling true crime stories using data, evidence, and a sharp eye for detail to uncover the truth. I'm your host, Owen Carver, and in this episode, we're heading south to a small town in Alabama, Manningville. This is a story of obsession, betrayal, and a mystery that continues to haunt the town to this day.
Picture the scene: Manningville, nestled against the edge of the Appalachian foothills, where summer humidity lingers long into the evening and the scent of pine trees mingles with the distant rumble of the train tracks. It's the kind of place where everyone knows your name and everyone knows your business. The community, though tight-knit, harbored secrets, and some secrets, it seems, were destined to stay hidden forever. In the summer of 2003, 24-year-old Anna Williams was a fixture in Manningville. She had returned to her hometown after a few years away, intent on starting fresh. With her wide smile and sparkling eyes, she quickly became well-liked, a friendly presence at the local coffee shop where she worked. It was the kind of small town where strangers were rare, but Anna was different. Her stories from the city, her drive to start over, gave her an air of intrigue. On the night of July 19th, Anna didn't come home. It was a Saturday, and Anna had been out with friends at a local bar. She left the bar around midnight, leaving behind her friends with a smile and a promise to catch up soon. Her car, a dark green sedan, was found the next morning, parked along a deserted stretch of road just outside of town. At first, the police didn't think much of it. People were known to wander off for a night of drinking, perhaps sleeping it off in the woods or with an unexpected companion. But as the hours turned into days, Anna's disappearance began to feel like more than just another small-town mystery. Her mother, Sarah, never stopped searching. She posted flyers around town, went door to door, and even took out ads in the local newspaper. With each passing day, her hope waned. The phone calls she made, the frantic visits to the sheriff's office, all led to dead ends. No one had seen anything unusual. No one could remember a thing. The only clue was Anna's phone, which went silent after she left the bar. Then, 6 days later, the search took a dark turn. A jogger, running on a familiar trail near the old mill, stumbled upon something that shouldn't have been there. A woman's handbag, discarded carelessly on the side of the trail. Inside were Anna's ID, credit cards, and a single key. Nothing else. The rest of her belongings, her phone, purse, car, were gone. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community. Investigators were called to the scene, and the search radius expanded. Bloodhounds were brought in, scouring the woods for any sign of Anna. But the trail went cold. Days turned into weeks. Then, on August 10th, a fisherman found a body. The remains were discovered in a secluded part of the river, half submerged in the murky water. At first glance, it was difficult to tell if it was Anna. But after an exhaustive investigation and identification, it was confirmed Anna Williams was dead. But the case was far from closed. An autopsy revealed that Anna had been murdered. She hadn't drowned. Instead, she had been strangled. No signs of a struggle, no defensive wounds, just the cold, deliberate act of someone who knew her, someone who was close enough to catch her off guard. The investigation turned inward. Family, friends, CO workers, all were questioned. But it wasn't until they examined Anna's phone records that things began to make sense. The call log revealed a strange pattern. Over the past few weeks, Anna had received a series of anonymous calls. The calls didn't last long, mostly just silence, or the faint sound of someone breathing, but there was one that stood out. On the night she disappeared, Anna had received a call just moments before she left the bar. The number was blocked, but the voice on the other end was clear enough. "I'm waiting for you." The police worked tirelessly to track the number. It wasn't an easy task. Blocked numbers, burner phones, and stolen identities complicate the investigation. But after weeks of digging, they found a connection. The number belonged to an old acquaintance of Anna's, an ex-boyfriend, a man named Michael Saunders. He had been living in Manningville before Anna's return, and the two had a complicated history. Michael had been obsessed with Anna, unable to let go of their past relationship. He had harassed her after their breakup, even showing up uninvited at the coffee shop where she worked. But Anna had refused to engage. She had moved on, she had changed, and she was determined not to let Michael drag her back into the mess they had once shared. Despite his past history with her, Michael had a rock-solid alibi for the night Anna vanished. He was at home with his new girlfriend. But investigators weren't convinced. The phone records alone weren't enough to charge him. They needed more. Weeks passed, and the case began to grow cold. But in the fall of 2003, a breakthrough came when Michael's car was found abandoned on a back road near the river where Anna's body was discovered. Inside the vehicle, investigators found a disturbing piece of evidence: a single strand of Anna's hair. With this new clue, they were able to obtain a search warrant for Michael's home. The search revealed a trove of evidence that pointed directly to him. Among the items found in his house were a set of disturbing journals, filled with obsessive writings about Anna, and a collection of photos of Anna, taken without her knowledge, over the course of several years. Michael Saunders was arrested and charged with the murder of Anna Williams. At trial, the evidence against him was overwhelming. His obsession had turned deadly, and on March 15, 2005, Michael was convicted of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The town of Manningville, once a place where everyone knew everyone's business, was forever changed by Anna's death. And for Sarah Williams, the loss of her daughter left a wound that would never fully heal. The case closed, but the whispers remain. Michael Saunders may have been the killer, but many in Manningville still believe there are things about Anna's death that don't add up. Was Michael truly acting alone, or was there someone else waiting in the shadows, controlling the strings? Thank you for listening to Artificial Evidence. In the world of data and algorithms, we believe there's always more to the story. Until next time, stay vigilant, and remember, the algorithm knows.